Richard and Becky, I thought we ran out of gas, perhaps, because we just have a little bit in our little bitty tank over here on our test stand. So I thought we had run out of gas, but in fact, the carburetor had flooded. So the reason that happens is your carburetor has a float valve in it, kind of like a float in a toilet. And so when we use gas, the float drops down and it lets gas come in through this inlet right here. And then once enough gas is in here, then the float comes up and it shuts off. It actually modulates instead of on and off, but just imagine that it shuts the gas completely off. And so what's happening is when the float comes up, it's not reducing the gas flow enough, and we actually had a carburetor full of gas, and the gas was leaking out of right here, out of the carburetor, out of this updraft carburetor. So you really need to have a carburetor rebuild job done on this carburetor. We send them off to a guy in New York. He takes a couple weeks, but they're correct, and it'll be $300 plus the shipping back up to New York and back. I can get a carburetor kit for $200 and I can do this work myself, but it's going to be more expensive. It's going to take me a couple hours, so it's going to be, the carburetor kit's $200, a couple hours of labor, it's going to be, well, $350, so it'll be about the same, and I can do this myself. I really prefer to send these old guys off to people that just do this every day rather than do it myself. But this needs to be done for safety reasons, because actually if you're running enough throttle, then this won't happen to you. Your engine won't flood out. But the problem would be that once you start it, you're going to have to, you can't idle much, because when you idle, you're using less gas than is being allowed to go into the carburetor, and it floods the carburetor out. I hope that was understandable. So we need to do a carburetor kit, and we need to do another set of wires, because your old wires, there's something, one of them, we couldn't determine which one it was, and I would just replace the set of wires as the correct way to go. So be replacing the orange wires. So anyhow, that's the latest, and just give us the word, and we'll do that for you. If you've got a trusted mechanic at home that you want to have do that, do the carburetor and do the wires, we can do that too. But I just assume that it's in perfect working condition. Oh, in order for me to actually test this in the lake, I need to have this carburetor right, and otherwise I can't test it in the lake and adjust your transmission and all those things that need to be done. So we need to do this, we need to spend this money, and we need to spend the money for the wires. All right, thank you.